drink coffee, man, or no?
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you've had it.
I have. Sometimes on vacation, I'll drink it recreationally. It's like every once in a while.
So that's how the Theo Von podcast with Mark Zuckerberg started. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, that was a rough start. Hopefully it gets better. No, that's actually a pretty good start towards what happens, because the next 5 minutes is just unfathomable cringe.
I just like hate anything that messes with, I don't like any kind of chemicals or anything like that.
Oh, really? So you like to keep everything, the equilibrium?
Yeah, my sister gives me such a hard time about this. She's like, you're just sitting there raw dogging reality.
Wow. So when you get up in the morning, that's not your thing? Like, is there something you do?
No. Yeah, I mean, I wake up and I fight people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wake up in the morning and are we going, by the way? I mean, we should get this.
Yeah, we're going.
What's up? All right.
I didn't have high hopes for Zuck on this podcast, but I mean, my jaw was on the floor because it just starts terribly. He's just raw dogging reality, and I guess it's better than Elon Musk, who's tweaking off ketamine live at the SpaceX office. It's not a very good look for a billionaire. I'd rather a sober billionaire than one that's high on ketamine and probably 17 other substances. I don't know why, but the raw dogging life is just so cringe to me, especially with the caffeine, because realistically, what's a cup of coffee gonna do to you? Nothing. You can enjoy a cup of coffee. It just reminds me of Brian Johnson cutting out every little piece of fun in his life so he can live for as long as possible. Like, you can't enjoy a lifestyle like this. It has to be just complete misery. But it gets even more bizarre as he goes off on like a ramble about his mornings, and it really just, it doesn't make sense.
So I probably wake up like, I don't know, 7:30, whenever like the kids start making noise around the house. It's like, all right, sleep is done.
Yeah.
And then like, it's like, I look at my phone and I'm just like, all these things that these people are doing, like, you did what? Are you fucking kidding me? It's like, I have to go fucking deal with this. It's like, it's like this partner, are you really? God damn it. All right. So, and then it's like, I compose myself and go fight for 2 hours, like recenter myself. Then it's like, now I can go deal with the stuff.
Are we sure this is Mark Zuckerberg? Is this the guy that's running all the companies? Are we sure? Listen, maybe he's just awkward because he's on a podcast, but that was bizarre to me. I was watching that and I was like, what is this man talking about?
I used to like run around the neighborhood, but running is not that thrilling.
Running compared to jiu-jitsu running is not really neat.
That has to be the funniest thing ever. He changes the word nerd to neat.
Compared to jiu-jitsu running is not really neat.
He's afraid Mark Zuckerberg will get offended by the word nerd. It's just so funny. It just shows the contrast between these two people. This podcast should not have happened. Mark is like the most direct, like plain speaking person ever, and Theo Von speaks in jokes and riddles, which is just amazing. But Mark has no clue what's going on. But we're still only 5 minutes into this podcast, and it seems like the Zuck is fighting for his life to keep this conversation. So they circle back around to the coffee thing, because obviously a billionaire's morning routine is very interesting. So Theo's like, if you don't take any caffeine or anything, do you take any supplements in the morning or anything like that? And Mark just gets
confused for some reason.
Is there a vitamin or some staple that you kind of keep in your diet if it's not caffeine? Is there some like...
I mean, I drink a very large amount of protein. I mean, creatine, do you count that? I mean, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, vitamin D, like all that stuff. Yeah, vitamins good. But like, yeah.
It's not your thing.
No, never been my thing.
So I think the reason he got so confused there was because he's like, oh shit, Theo knows something about my secret vitamin Z. It's a new vitamin that no one knows about, but he knows about it. Vitamin Z. So next, the Zuck talks about his experience nearly getting kicked out of Harvard, and it's so cringe, man. It's so blatant. He's trying to be relatable.
I had just done this prank, and all my friends and everyone was convinced. They were all convinced I was going to get thrown out of school.
Okay, and where were you in school at, Mark?
Harvard. The questions that they asked were, even worse than the questions that I get at like the congressional hearings.
Yeah.
It was like, don't you know that once you put this terrible prank website online, it is there forever? And it's like, no, actually, that's not how it works. The site's already down. They're like, you're a smart ass. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. But
what was a prank site? What was it?
so like so it was very mean-spirited. It was very mean-spirited. I downloaded everyone's ID photos from their ID cards, and I made the site where it showed 2 photos, and you clicked on the person you thought was more attractive, and it basically took all the matchups and ranked everyone in the school based on who everyone thought was the most attractive. Very mean-spirited in retrospect.
So what Mark did, this is completely insane, and I cannot believe he admitted this, is in college is he made a website. He got everyone's picture from like the skill website and made a website where you can rate everyone on attractiveness. And there was a leaderboard. That's fucking insane. And he seems like smug, and I mean, like, he's bragging about it. Like, he's bragging that he got his girlfriend from it, and he was bragging that he was in front of Congress. This app is creepy now. Like, that's so creepy to me. That's not normal. Like, why would you make an app like that? So that was all in the first 15 minutes of the podcast, and the Zuck seems to be fighting for his life. Like, actually, like, he's really struggling in this conversation. But he gets more into it, especially after the college discussion. He seems to get more comfortable.
Then this happens.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. But this is a crazy area. I haven't spent a lot of time.
You know how the internet is. The internet will always make things seem like they're crazier than they are. But you know, what's
Yeah.
I mean, in Hawaii, it's like having a little.
He just blatantly spoke through him, and Theo was in the middle of making a point. I get that he had something else to say, but normally you say, wait, I have an extra point or something. But he just bulldozed through Theo's talking point, and it's so unbelievably funny. Oh my god, Theo's reaction as well is just elite.
In Hawaii, it's like having a little storm shelter underground tunnel.
The dynamic in this podcast is just so funny because Theo is so scared of Mark, and he doesn't want to say anything to upset him. He literally did not say nerd because he thought it might upset him. And Theo gets so nervous at one point that he literally just asks Mark, is it going well? It's not.
Is our conversation going okay? I feel like it's cool. You?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
this is. Yeah, I mean, it's less random than I expected it to be. You know,
It is?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to talk sometimes to people.
Now, I'm not joking. The first actual funny joke, and like, I'm not saying Theo's not funny, but I think it's more of a Mark problem. The first funny joke of the podcast was 40 minutes in, and Mark just did not get it one bit.
Yeah, no, it's nice. They make good chocolates. They make these little mice things.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, chocolate mice. So now every year on our anniversary, we get some mice.
Oh, yeah.
Good deal.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Nothing like a couple of tech emperors enjoying a couple of mice. You feel me? I think that's very normal. That's very normal to me, dude. Sorry, that just made me laugh, dude. I'm sorry, Mark. That just made me freaking laugh. It's just crazy to think.
Well, chocolate mice.
Yes, chocolate mice.
Yeah.
And we'll put that in the notes.
Yeah, no, it's not. I feel like when you go like full Roman Empire, it's like give me the live mice.
That joke was honestly so funny, and I was dying. And the fact that Mark just corrected him, it's just, I don't get the man. Like, he just does not get Theo's sense of humor, and it makes sense. But near the end, he tries to make a Theo style joke, and it just comes off mean. Like, he can't do it properly. It's so fucking funny.
It's like that's like a core part of her identity is she's a big girl. It's
She's like,
you
email me now.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, email me now.
Email me at
Zuckerbaby
at Meta.
Meanwhile, she can't even like fully pronounce it. She goes, I'm a bit girl. It's like, okay. It's like, well, maybe learn how to pronounce it first and then I'll believe you. Yeah. But
it just sounds like he's slagging his daughter's speech, and I know what he means, and it's not an actual mean joke, but the way it comes off is just so mean. So let's end it off with something positive, and I think Theo was really nice here while also being funny. So they talk about how Elon Musk is very awkward, and Mark is like, well, I'm kind of awkward too. And Theo makes a good point. He's like, I think everyone in certain situations are awkward, but in other situations they're not. And I feel like he's trying to throw Mark a bone to be like, listen, you may be awkward here, but in other situations you're not awkward, right?
I think there's times where, yeah, you seem like a guy who probably like watched a video of how to be a guy on YouTube or something, you know, but I think we all go through, like, we're all like awkward in different ways. You know, you put you in certain environments and you're not at all. But I think it's interesting that
I haven't found those environments yet, but maybe, you know, it's
well, dude, even being here today, bro, is nice of you. It's nice of you to be here today.
No, I think the podcasts are awesome because you get to explore something. And
Theo's point is very nice and it's a good way to end the conversation with Mark Zuckerberg after the kind of awkward conversation. But it is still funny that he does sneak in there that Mark Zuckerberg read a book on how to be a man. Because that's exactly what the Zuck is doing in this interview. Why he's so awkward is because he's in his head, he's trying to be as relatable. So he's overthinking everything in his head, which is making him a lot more awkward. That might be wrong. That's my personal take on it. But I think Zuckerberg went into this interview thinking that he's gonna come across as more of a person and more like down to earth, when the opposite happened. Because lately he's been going on podcasts trying to be more down to earth. Because of the Trump administration, he's been like, free speech is on all our platforms. He went on Joe Rogan and talked about how Congress tried to silence him, and I just feel like he's trying to appeal to the MAGA manosphere because he realizes half of the American population are in this MAGA sphere, and he can get more power if he is in with those type of people. And all these people like Theo Von and Joe Rogan are MAGA, and I think he thinks he can get an in with that community, and maybe even an in with Trump if he like caters to these type of people, even though he's the opposite. He's like went to Harvard. He's definitely completely liberal. There's no way this guy is MAGA, and it's really cringe to see him change his personality to try and fit in these MAGA interviews when this isn't the person he is, and you can see that it's not very authentic. At least if he would go on these interviews, he should be authentic, but he's just not being authentic at all. And I think that's the main problem with this interview with Theo Von. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
So I saw a picture of you and you were on your knees asking for pee time.
What do you mean?
It's like a picture of you and you're on your knees looking up at the camera and your tongue is out and it says pee time. I'm just wondering whether it's real or fake. Jamie, could you pull that up? Wow.
There you go. I mean, that's a little weird of a photo, but
I do not think that is good. I do not think that is good.
I don't like that at all.